Good morning. Happy Friday. I'm back at the Airbnb. This is Top Gun Tucson. Luke is over there. He says hello. And, I kind of want to stay on task. And somebody told me my videos got a little long-winded. And today's topic, Harley questions everything. Woke. Like, what are we doing, folks? My direct question is, what do you mean by potentially calling me or somebody woke, right? I see that as a very divisive, very uncouth, and also, quite honestly, you don't know, what do you mean? Like, literally, when you say woke this and woke that, what do you mean? Because what you, in my opinion, are saying logically, okay, if you're saying woke is a bad thing, like calling me woke like I'm, like that's a negative thing or my problem, what would that imply that you are? Asleep? Ignorant? Like, I think of an ostrich with the head in the sand anytime somebody uses the term woke right now. I literally don't understand it, guys. It's not a political thing. It's a manners thing, right? I recently lost my mother, who is a Marine Corps veteran, right? Woman Marine Corps veteran. Thus, my respect for service men and women. Thus, I literally themed my house around it. I have an Air Force room, okay? And I was never able to get into the military. I was a little too chubby. Truth is, right? So, I respect you. I respect the folks that kind of use that word in that way. And I love you guys. I love some of these people, maybe even be my family. Friends, right? But what are we really saying when, like, my example, because he's a public figure, would be Aaron Rodgers. I've heard him, like, use the term, football guy, if you're not in football. Obviously, they throw it around in politics. But, one thing I've learned, and the suggestion here, and, that I would say that I've learned is we're not using the correct words. We're using like catch-all words. And I think woke is a like angry is kind of a catch-all word. Like you can pull apart angry into, well, I'm frustrated. Well, I'm hungry. Well, I'm triggered, or something about what you said trigger, and it's actual what it is. It's a reaction, right? So, literally, what I feel is happening when somebody starts using the term woke is they've lost control of their emotions. This is coming from a guy. I hope some of my family members see this. Who knows what it's like to lose control of your emotions? Has had a big problem with it, okay? And I'm almost 50 years old, and it's taken me this long to, like, number one, identify. Number two, control that. Number three, no matter what, in whatever circumstances, do not, get out of control, or what Chris Voss says, take yourself hostage with your emotions. That's why Chris Voss appeals to me so much. FBI hostage negotiator. His book is called Never Split the Difference. Once we take ourselves hostage with our emotions, all kinds of negative things happen. And it's just brain science. It's just brain science of human beings. So thus, inversely, that meaning if we flip it around and we hold up a mirror, right, and we say, well, if us not being able to control our emotions causes all the problems, simply holding on to our emotions, like being able, I don't even want to say control, I want to say control your mouth while you're going through something like that, right? Because we can't control our emotions. They're going to come at us. We're human beings. Somebody's going to say something. We may not even got some bugs here. We may not even know what it was that triggered us, is what I've learned personally, and I've got to learn your trigger, your problem, right? So going back to woke, guys. So the question is, what do you mean by woke? Chime in. I'm posting this, and I really want to know. Like, I want to post this as a discussion question for us all. And you're not going to offend me. You're not going to, like, piss me off, right? Like, this is truly curious. You can have any reason, any definition you want. Because what I feel like's happening is we're using woke as maybe you have a different religion or spiritual journey or something along those lines than I do. So I'm very religious in a certain way, and then somebody is perceived as being more spiritual or into the universe, or maybe their native religions, and so I honestly go to a place where we light a candle for all of them. Literally, Islam, Christianity, any religion we forgot on the list. And then the last one's for ourselves, because we're trying to heal ourselves. We're trying to be a good human being, one in ourselves. And if you are whatever religion you are, that's what I believe God or whoever your spirit wants. They want your soul to grow and live and love. Like, and that sounds, now call me woke. I was raised in the Christian church. We can talk about any Bible verse you want, because I've actually read it, and there's people that have been sitting next to me while I read it. Okay. But where do I overlap with your religion when I say treat people with respect? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, right? Like, we're not touching on I hope I'm not touching on your religion by saying that, right? But I think we do need to take a look at, actual numbers and demographics. Like, why is there not enough women in leadership in America compared to other places in the world, right? So we can start getting into actual demographics, is where to me, we can talk about things if we're not so angry calling each other woke. And I just want to know, if I'm woke, okay, what are you that's good? Like, maybe that's a great headline. Maybe that is the headline. I'll leave it at that. Love you all. But let's, pick out different words, okay? I got to add this one more book. It was called The Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown. While we're on the the woke, frou-frou stuff. But what is that book? She goes through the difference between frustrated, angry, happy, melancholy. There is, 40 different words to describe our emotions, but we only generally use like 5 or 4. Happy, sad, good, bad, right? And pulling out exactly what we're saying and how we feel. How you feel is okay. Because if you can calm, look, I feel this way, there's a root cause that something happened to you, or your core beliefs, your values, and then we can start coming together on what we're talking about when you're upset calling me woke about our core values. So what are my core values? Honesty, integrity, and community. You'll hear that over and over again, right? We all need to be honest. We all need to have our integrity, and we all need people around us regardless, or we wouldn't be here with so many of us around. And even people out in the middle of nowhere, you're going to see me and Luca drive the road. Even the people out in the middle of nowhere, what do? They have communities, right? So anyway, love you all, but let's start using our words a little bit more carefully, right? And if somebody uses the word woke around me, expect this question. If they're woke, what are you? Right? What are you saying? That you're better because you're asleep? Right? I just don't get it. And, help me out. And I honestly do want to know that what we mean by calling somebody woke. Love you all. Have a great day.